Today I'm going to be repairing my HP Envy X360 by installing a new DC jack cable or the charger plug. To do this I'm going to just need a couple of basic tools. I'm going to need a T5 Torx driver and a very small Phillips screwdriver. I'm also going to have a couple extra tools on hand like some flathead screwdrivers to help pry the case open. Now if yours still has the rubber strips on the bottom, which mine actually fell off, you will have to remove the back one to get at the 4 Phillips screws that run along the back here. And then the other screws are the 3 Torx screws along the front here. So I'm going to proceed to just go ahead and take those out. My laptop is actually slightly dented in this corner, so that's why I like to start with prying the back off, because there's a little bit of a gap there. Otherwise you can sort of just start anywhere around the edge, but a corner is probably your best bet. Just using very small Phillips screwdrivers for this. Or not Phillips, excuse me, flathead. Once you get it released, you'll start to hear some popping noises as you continue to pull the back off. Don't worry, that's normal. There's just a series of clips. Some of them are fairly tight, so you have to pull pretty hard. Just be careful not to bend the back. And that's the back off, as easy as that. Now if we take a look in the corner of the laptop by the hinge, we can see this is where the charger is. There's the charger port on the side. This is the charger, and the cable for it snakes down to here where it plugs in. To get it out, we're going to have to remove the metal bracket that's on top of it and the plastic piece that is on top of that metal bracket. So it's going to involve removing 2 Phillips screws here and here. And then there will be, I believe, 3 or 4 more Phillips screws holding this metal bracket on. Once we have those screws removed, we just have to bend this hinge up so that we can get the charger port loose. And this is just a matter of unplugging it, removing this unit, and installing the new one exactly the opposite. Do take note of which direction this is plugged in. We can see the red wires are on this side closer to the hinge. And I'm unplugging it with the screwdriver rather than tugging on the wire because you don't want to damage the plug. It doesn't really matter since this is garbage anyways, but it's good practice not to tug on wires. And here's the new part. We're going to compare it side by side with the old one before we install it to make sure we've got what we think we've got here. And minus the new wire being slightly longer, it looks like we've got exactly the same thing here, which is great. Alright, now that I've finished reassembling this, exactly the opposite of disassembly, it's all done and is working correctly. Doing this repair, including a new charger and the plug, only cost me about $25 US.